All right, hi everyone. So it's me again, Dari Bodering, and I posted a video I think about 2 weeks ago where I asked for your comments around what we should choose between sustainability and impact. And first, I just want to thank everyone who had commented, wrote their comments, very extensive comments, and I read every one of them. And I think they're very, very valid. Of course, these are from very renowned experts that I respect in the industry. So I'm just sharing this as part 2 of that video to share my own views. And for me, here is the way to start. I think that first of all, the fact that we are comparing, that we even consider it a valid conversation to have in comparing sustainability and impact is essentially where the problem is itself. Everything we do essentially leads to impact. So there should be nothing else competing with the place of impact. Impact is in its own place, and it is the end line of everything that we do. So ideally, sustainability in itself is a means, if you may, and impact, everything we do is supposed to be centered on impact, because it is impact that really affects the life that we care about. And the faster we start seeing those lives not just as number or data, but human beings that are your sister, my brother, your cousin, my uncle, your spouse, my spouse, and like that, or yourself and myself, especially for those of us who are citizens of low and middle income countries. The faster we begin to see that everything we do should be centered around impact, and there should be nothing to compare it with. There should be nothing to put it beside. There should be nothing versus impact. It's impact or impact, impact or impact, and that's how we should focus. And the fact that we even can consider a conversation around that, for me, in my personal reflection, tells me this is where we have the first problem. Now, my second point is that it's important for us to realize, and I see that a lot of us will lean towards sustainability. We want to ensure that systems are strengthened because systems will eventually drive impact. But think about maternal mortality. The woman who is going to die today, as I am talking to you now, from childbirth, will not benefit from the returns that strengthened systems will give. You and I know that system strengthening takes time, right? And I think that's the argument we have given several times. But you see, to core philanthropists who are more on the side of wanting to see dollar per person, what's the per capita dollar impact that what I am giving makes. I think to an extent our argument that system strengthening takes time may not really hold water. The second is that to the woman who is going to die today, or the child that died today from poor healthcare system, or the woman who died today because she didn't have money to go to the hospital, or she was not educated enough to go to the hospital, or she went to the hospital and there was no nurse, or there was no drugs, or they didn't know what they were doing, or there was no light, whatever, does not understand. And I think it's a disservice to that woman or child that we say system strengthening takes time. So it means that it must always start with impact. The fastest route we can take to save that one woman will be worth it, because by the time the systems are strengthened, if you imagine a world where we eventually get to that place called a strong system, a strong health system, those that have died, they're not going to comically wake up and say, oh, now systems are strengthened, let's go and have some babies again, let's rise up from the dead and come back. No, they're dead.